Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
Police shootings. Officers gunned down.
Our babies are dying!
Tensions rising across the country and right here at home.
No justice, no peace!
Tonight, a WISN 12 News special.
Arrest the police!
Bridging the Gap. A conversation on police and race relations. Good evening and thank you for joining us.
It's a topic that has cities divided across the country, including here in Milwaukee.
Over the next half hour, we hope to have a productive conversation and perhaps even find some common ground.
We'll talk to Milwaukee Police Chief Ed Flynn, along with several in-studio guests who know the problem well. But first, some background. Tension between the community and police is nothing new.
WISN 12 News' Colleen Henry takes a look at the city's sometimes painful past.
No justice, no peace!
As summers heated up, so too has the tension between Milwaukee's communities of color and the police force tasked with protecting them.
We're taking them away from killing our brothers and sisters.
The assassinations of 5 police officers in faraway Dallas, punctuation to a growing sense of fear and frustration on our city streets.
Maybe you can learn it should not take one to kill a man.
We're all afraid. Anything that starts in fear eventually morphs into anger.
Father Tim Kitsky feels it too. He's the Milwaukee Archdiocese Vicar of Urban Ministry. His mission, to bridge the city's gaps of faith and trust. This week, he looked to history for help.
I just went to the Martin Luther King statue on Martin Luther King, Drive, just to pray for all of us.
As Dr. Martin Luther King brought the civil rights movement into America's living rooms, Milwaukee confronted its own social justice issues. And while the Civil Rights Act legislated equality on paper, in practice it's been a long and painful road, littered with lost lives, names that define Milwaukee's difficult racial pedigree. 1958, Daniel Bell shot in the back by a Milwaukee police officer who planted a knife in Bell's hand. 1981, Ernest Lacey suffocated in the back of a police van after officers arrested him for a rape he didn't commit. 2004, Frank Jude beaten by off-duty Milwaukee officers at a Bayview house party. 2014, Dontre Hamilton shot 14 times after a scuffle with a Milwaukee police officer.
We stand on the shoulders of so many people that have gone before us. Why don't we use some of their wisdom?
In this age of immediacy, Kitsky urges reflection, not reaction.
It's a tough time, but I'm feeling challenged. I'm feeling a little inspired that maybe, just maybe, because of the depth of what we feel, the panic we have right now, we can then draw on some of the foundations that we've had for a long time.
And once again, that was Colleen Henry reporting. Earlier, we had a chance to speak with Milwaukee Police Chief Ed Flynn.
He is in Washington, D.C., getting ready to take part in a town hall with President Obama that can be seen coming up next right here on WISN 12. Here's the first part of our conversation.
How did you feel when you saw the incidents in Baton Rouge in Minnesota?
Well, every police chief is keenly aware of how fraught the use of force is. And we understand that a lawful use of force can be just as disturbing and horrifying to see as an unlawful use of force. And obviously both these incidents are going to be extensively investigated, as they should be. There's no public act for which there are more accountability systems at work than a police officer's use of deadly force. Everybody who saw those videos knew they were going to be controversial. Both of them were dreadful to watch. I don't know all that happened. I do know that there is great consternation aroused about them because they're so graphic, and people are associating those two deadly uses of force with other uses of force that were equally controversial, if not downright wrong. And that has certainly generated enormous public concern and reaction, and as we've seen in the last few weeks, active demonstration.
Well, speaking of those demonstrations, I want to ask you, what went through your mind when you watched the events unfold in Dallas? Has anything changed since that night when it comes to policing here? We did notice, for instance, officers on buildings at the latest protest in Milwaukee.
Well, you noticed correctly. I mean, we recognize that, in our duty to protect protesters, which we've taken very seriously ever since those protests began here 2 years ago, that we now recognize that there may well be copycat offenders. That's one of the concerns of the FBI. There's certainly no shortage of long-range assault weapons in private hands. There's no shortage of those weapons in the hands of the unbalanced or the criminal. And we need to be alert to the fact that those could be turned on us, or someone who decides to get even for the events in Dallas decides to take it out on a protest group. Both of those things are possible. So yes, we have taken extra steps to protect the scenes and venues where demonstrations occur. We have authorized the doubling up of our officers in pairs on the evening and night shifts, and that's a precaution. We haven't got any active threats, but we recognize officers are feeling particularly vulnerable right now. But it was a horrifying event to observe, and it was a horrifying event to contemplate.
You'll hear more of our conversation with Chief Flynn coming up, including his thoughts on whether Milwaukee has found common ground after the Dontre Hamilton shooting.
Also coming up, WISN 12 News reporter Mike Anderson. He's going to talk to our first panel of guests.